Hello and welcome back to this Let's Play of Planescape Torment with myself, Waze, and the Nameless One and Mort. Now, full disclosure, I haven't played this in a couple of months. I had a nice batch of episodes done, but life got in the way and work has just been mental. So I am playing this blind, and this is double blind now because I can't even remember half of what I was doing. What I do know is we are looking for a gardener to try and get some herbs for old Mebeth. So we were exploring the hive. I remember that much. I know we bought a pet. And yeah, so let's keep talking to people. A few other things we have going on, but we'll remember those as we go. And thank everyone for the comments as well. I'm going to try and remember. Lots of good advice in there. I will try and remember as much of that as I can. I need to go back to the comments and respond and update my memory. So today's episode is probably going to be a little bit shorter. And as for that, and then I can get back into it again. So I hope you're all well. Let's get into it. Right, where are we? Who are we talking to?
Done.
Mort, what is going on? I think we've spoken to all these people around here, haven't we? So let's go exploring. Let's see if there's anywhere we haven't been. What? Have we been in here? What is in here? A small dwelling. I think we have been in here. I think I do remember that.
I'm gone.
Who else do we have around here? Okay, that doesn't look too inviting. Let's go check it out anyway. Okay. Another small dwelling. Who do we have in here?
All right.
Okay, Braskin. In a loud, booming voice, Braskin asks, "What in the name of the abyss are you doing in my house? Leave now before I make you even more ugly than you already are." Yeah, well, good luck with that, but yep, fair enough. Point taken. We're getting in enough fights already. So I'm not sure we want too many more. There's a collector. We probably shouldn't speak to... I'm not sure. Oh, who's this guy? Hive Thug. Is he going to attack the collector? No. I thought we were about to witness a crime there. Let's speak to the harlot. You see a tired-looking woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. The odor of cheap perfume surrounds her like a cloud, and her face is covered with a mask of crude makeup. She smiles as she sees you. "Why don't you stay and chat with me a bit, love?" Greetings. The woman looks coyly at you. "Now you look to be a blood who's lost something. Mayhap I can help you find it, Cutter." I think we've had this conversation with another harlot somewhere. "What good fortune. We probably lost what we're looking for back at your kit, miss." "Yeah, okay, Mort. Actually, I am missing something. I'm missing a journal." "Eh?" She seems confused. "What are you about?" Forget the journal. Maybe you can help me find what I'm really missing. Oh, I do like this game. I've missed it. Not missing anything apart from a journal, which you don't know anything about, obviously, but I did have some questions. The woman frowns. "I'm not tout." She frowns and rubs two fingers together. "Unless you've got some jink to pay for my time." Is this worth it? I'm not sure how much jink we have. Let's leave it there for now. That's not... Oh, come on, how much? "For a handsome basher like yourself?" She gives a wide smile, revealing a row of dirty teeth. 3 coppers will be enough to loosen me tongue." She licks her lips, then frowns. "Other questions of a deeper chant will cost you more, though." "Okay, sounds fair. Here's 3 commons." "Aye, then." She slips the jink into her palm, where it promptly vanishes. "Now, there were some things I wanted to know." Okay. "What can you tell me about the Lady of Pain?" She spits and makes a half circle around her heart. "That bladed witch, all high and mighty, mistress of all this city, floating and silent. She kills anyone in her shadow. She tends the city, aye," she hisses, "and leaves the living things in it to rot." Okay. What can you tell me about what's of interest around here? She puts her hands on her hips and pouts. "Depends on your interest, Cutter." Okay, let's say I'm looking for work. She laughs. You're asking me? What you thinking of becoming one of the sisterhood, are you? She nearly buckles over in laughter. The screeching is similar to a drunken harpy's. Eventually, the gales of laughter subside and she takes a deep breath. Yep, you're a rich man, you are. Okay. Anything else of interest? No, forget it. A wasted 3 commons. What's in here? Another small dwelling and a hive dweller. Probably just going to tell us to get out, which is fair enough. You see a pale man standing in the middle of the room. He is hunched over and doesn't look well. Hello. I feel terrible. What happened? I'm not sure, but I think a bit of rest will do me good. Can you please leave me alone? Fair enough. I can do that. We can do that, Mort, can't we? Okay. Where else are we going? Who else have we got around? Oh, who's this? Crier of S. Anon. Let's speak to the crier. Streams of tears have carved channels down this man's dust-covered face. He looks to be a monk or a holy man of some sort, but the dirt covering his body makes it nearly impossible to see the man beneath. He is chanting and rolling his head back and forth, and it looks like some sort of ritual. Excuse me, hello? The man stops his frenzied chanting and glares at you with his tear-rimmed eyes. He opens his parched mouth to speak, but all he can manage is a withered croak. Okay, what's wrong? Why are you crying? His voice is so hoarse it sounds like he's been without water for days. As you watch, a tear trickles down his face. I am a crier of S. Anon. Okay, S. Anon, who's that?
Updated my journal.
Who is S. Anon? The man throws back his head and gives a rasping laugh. It sounds brutal and defeated. S. Anon is not a man, but a city. Okay, why do you cry for a city? We cry its name because S. Anon must not be forgotten. All the criers of S. Anon carry this burden. Okay, mourning a city? That just seems like a weird thing to do. Because its name is all that remains. Its avenues of light, its great spiraling parks. When it was laid waste and reduced to memory, only 70 of its people survived. It was our duty to see that its name was remembered across the plains. Many criers of S. Anon have died for the sake of remembering many. Okay, if it places you and the others at risk, why don't you stop? The tears I shed, the dust that cloaks me, these things are as nothing compared to what awaits should I give up my sacred burden. We must see to it that its name is remembered. We are living memorials to its passage. Okay, if that's so, what happens if you all die? A fresh tear springs to the crier's eye. Even his dust-caked face cannot disguise his look of despair. I do not know. We criers of S. Anon cannot mourn it forever. Even now the dust clings to our robes, the spit dries in our mouths, and our bodies wither and die. You sound like you're in dire straits. Anything I could do to help? You are kind to ask. The crier shakes his head. Unless you can immortalize S. Anon, there is no help to be had. Must it be immortalized by a man? Would a tombstone serve? The crier blinks. Tombstone? It's a stone that records a man's name, his life, and a eulogy. If it serves a man, could it not also serve a city that's died? Stones may do such things. Yes, and their lifetime is much longer than a man's. If the name was carved on stone, would S. Anon's memory be served? The man pauses. Would others see this name? Well, yeah, it'd be there for all to see long after you've died. The man nods. If such a thing were possible, he turns to you, where would one find such a stone? Look, I could keep an eye out for one if you want, and if I find one, I'll see to it that S. Anon's name is carved upon it. No biggie. You would do this? The man's eyes water up again. You would be setting all the criers of S. Anon free. But a score of us remain. The burden of remembering would be over after so many years. Okay, well look, I can do that. I'll return when the name's carved. How does that sound?
Updated my journal.
Okay, another quest. We are collecting quests. And right now, we just want to find a gardener and some herbs. And I keep pressing the wrong button because you can't use WASD on this game. Okay. Let's have a look. Where are we? Oh, hello. What have we got? Another dwelling, probably. Who else is around here? Thugs and collectors. Creedon. Does Creed not want to talk? This foul-looking man is quick to notice he's caught your attention. In moments, he's upon you, hawking his wares. He carries a long wooden pole. Dozens of skinned and cooked rats dangle from it. As he speaks, he gestures to them with a broad, filth-encrusted hand, smiling a yellow, snaggle-toothed grin all the while. Oi, Cutter, how you doing there? What sort of delicious ratsies is you interested in this fine day? Okay, let's examine the ratsies. Each rat has been skinned and gutted, their feet and tails removed. They dangle from the pole by hooks punched through their necks. Lovely. As you examine the various manners in which they've been prepared, you realize their heads are slightly misshapen. A bulbous knot of bone protrudes from each cranium, covered in balls that give it the appearance of brain tissue. These cranium rats, is that what they are? Those are strange-looking rats. Ah, you've got a keen eye there, Cutter. All I sell is brain vermin, I do. I'm sure you'll find they've got a much richer flavour than your usual rat. Quite nice, really. He proffers them to you once more, waving the pole before your face, enticingly. The rats sway to and fro, hooked like tiny sides of beef. Okay, brain vermin? Aye, Cutter, brain vermin. Foul creatures they are. Now, your normal rats, they just eat stored goods and multiply, spread disease and all that. A nuisance, really, no more. Your cranium rat, though, brain vermin, what I go after. They're just trouble. When you get more than a handful, the little pickers together, they start to get smart on you. Sometimes real smart. Okay, I have heard about this, so yeah, they become more intelligent. Sure as I'm standing here before you, they do. If I ran across any more than 2 score of them, I'd flee from a case like that. He snaps to emphasize the point. I would. You get that many of them in a pack, why they get smart as a man, they do. Okay, tell me more. Here's my best advice for you, Cutter. If you're bent on catching brain vermin, stick to small packs. A dozen or so at most. But I'll tell you. He steps close, his breath fetid in your face, and speaks in a hushed tone. You run into more than that, more than a couple of dozen. You run like you're in the shadow of the lady. He backs away from you again. Okay. What have you seen? What do you know? What is there to fear exactly? Sorcery, Cutter, sorcery. You get enough of those little fiends in a space, they gain all sorts of odd powers. Make Brasher's brain pour out his ears, they will. Downright frightening. It's just wrong, I tell you. That's why Sigel's so eager to be rid of them. The bounty and all. Okay. I said there might be something to do with rat's tails, didn't I? I remember that. You saying someone pays for rat's tails? That's right, Cutter. There's a Burke in the office of Vermin and Disease Control, name of Lort, who pays a bounty on them. A copperhead. Tail, it is. Hey. But they gotta be brain vermin, they do. Not just ordinary rats. Okay, tell me more about this Lort fella. His name's Phineas. Phineas Lort. Think he was some sort of high up, he was. Put down by his rivals and stuck here in the arse end of Sigil. The Burke sits in there alone all night and all day, it seems, waiting for folk to bring in tales and paying them bounty. You know the best part? Poor sod must be allergic to rats, because he's always got a huge rash going. Powers be praised, I ain't that fella. Put down, any idea why that would happen? Well, he's right chatty, he is. He'll rattle his bone box for hours on just how smart he is and like. Mayhap that's got something to do with it. He shrugs. Okay. Ask another question? He shoulders his rat pole casually. What's your question, Cutter? What's that building there behind you? He tosses a glance over his shoulder. Well, that's the Office of Vermin and Disease Control, Cutter. I sell my rat tails in there for jink, then cook the little blighters and sell them. Okay. What can you tell me about Sigil? Aye, Sigil, the cage. What were you looking to know, Cutter? Okay, why do you call it the cage? He shakes his head and laughs, causing the dead vermin on his rat pole to wiggle about. You see, Cutter, it's on account of all the doors. Some folk call Sigil the city of doors. Magical doors they are, and everywhere too. They lead to anywhere, and I mean anywhere. But here's the trick of it all. They're all locked. So it's more a cage than anything else. You can only come and go if you have the right key. Okay, tell me more about the doors and keys. The rat catcher peers quizzically at Mort, who floats beside you. A Cutter would think you'd just ask your Mimir for dark like that, he would. Mort seems taken aback as all eyes fall on him. What? What? You get the impression that, had he lips, he'd be whistling innocently. Mort, do you have an explanation for this? Well, I say we hear this man out, yeah? Mort turns and stares hard at the rat catcher. No, let's hear what you have to say, Mort. Oh, come on, Chief. Why would I hold out on you? I've told you everything useful I know. Let's just get this Burke's take of the old thing. Fair enough, very well. The rat catcher, staring at you both in confusion and scratching his head, suddenly realizes he's the focus of attention once more. He shakes off the puzzled expression and recomposes himself. Hey who, you want all sorts of chant, you do. Well, I'll give you the short of it all. The cage is full of doors. These doors are everywhere and all throughout the city of Sigil. But you can't see them, not unless you have the right key. Each door has its own key, and each key is different. One key might be a real key, brass and all right, but another could be, say, a cooked rat, or a little jig you do in front of a door. Once you have the right key, you step on through and go to wherever the door takes you. Okay. How do you find out what key opens what door? He shrugs, bobbing the rat pole and setting the cooked vermin jangling about once more. You just have to ask the right people who know the dark about that sort of thing, I suppose. See, some doors stay still and some move. It'd drive a blood balmy trying to keep track of them all. I don't use the doors much myself, so I won't be much help to you. Okay, how would you know? Any way to know where a door leads? He frowns, mulling the answer over in his head. Chances are, if you knew the key, you'd know where the door leads already. If you opened one accidentally, say, you'd just have to be careful, you would. You could try sticking your head in and taking a peek, but some doors will just suck you right in. You could end up in all manner of foul places, Cutter. Mark my words. Okay. Any other questions? Or is there more? What can you tell me about the slums? He seems puzzled for a moment. What, the Hive? Here? What were you looking to find out, Cutter? Okay. Why is it called the Hive? The rat catcher scratches his chin, his fingers leaving oily smudges behind. Number of stories about that there are, as I understand it. There's a cluster of buildings somewhere, a tangled mess of shacks and ruins that serves as a gathering round of sorts. It was called the Hive, and so that's where these slums, this old ward, takes their name from. Okay, what do you mean a gathering ground? For who? The man's friendly demeanor turns into a scowl. Troublemakers, Cutter. Even if you could find the place, I'd recommend you stay away from there, I would. That's all I'll say about it. He wipes his nose with a sense of finality, the scowl now gone. Okay. Anything else I want to ask him? Tell me about the Lady of Pain. Aye, the Mistress of Sigil. I don't talk about the Lady, Cutter, and you shouldn't go asking about her neither. It'll bring ill luck on you, it will. He makes a semicircular sign over his chest. Okay. And who are you exactly? What, me? I'm Creedon, sometimes called Creed, the butcherer of rats. He smiles grandiosely, exposing ill-matched rows of yellow, broken and crooked teeth. Well, you certainly seem friendlier than most around here, Creedon. Well, Cara, I try. Result of my business, I thinks. Most folks around here are peery and downright unfriendly lot, but I want every Cutter to know that Creedon's always got a warm smile and a pippin' hot, fresh-cooked ratsy for him. He winks at you. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? I don't really want to ask him any more about the rats. Okay, see you, Creedon. He touches your arm. I see you leaving, Cutter, but before you go, would you like a nice, delicious ratsy? One for the road, you might say. No, I'd sooner eat my own tongue. The man doesn't seem the least bit perturbed. In fact, he winks at you, smiling merrily. Let me tell you, Cutter, you don't know what you're missing. I'll be here if you reconsider. The man returns to hawking his rats to pass us by. Okay, let's go in here. I don't know what we're going to find in here, but why not? The House of Vermin and Disease Control. This must be Lort. You see a squat man with a rash-covered skin and several pustules covering his face. His clothes seem to mark him as some sort of an official, but they are dirty, wrinkled, and covered with rat hair. As you watch, he idly scratches himself with his stubby fingers. Greetings. Aye. The little man shrieks and jumps startled, clutching his heart. He's a bit more startled than I made him sound. Clutching his heart, he takes a deep breath and pushes his spectacles up on his rash-ridden nose. Yes, yes. And what is it I can do for you? He scratches his nose and looks you up and down, studying your scars. I have little to nothing in the till, so if you've come to plunder the premises, this locale is ill chosen. Look, I'm not here to plunder the premises. Who are you? I am the respected Phineas T. Lort the 39th, in charge of this hive branch of the Office for Vermin and Disease Control. It's my distinguished privilege, he scratches his chest and puffs up, to inform you that we, in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we, meaning to encompass the Sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting bounties on all manner of vermin and strays that infest the... He scratches again. Fair streets of Sigil, hub of the multiverse, and the city which sits at the centre of all things, the city by which all other cities are measured. Okay, the bounties?
Updated my journal.
Yes, yes, we in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we meaning... Whoa. Has he said that already? Nope, it's different. We in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we, meaning to encompass the Sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting tangible proof of the eradication of brain vermin, aka cranium rats, from the hive area where they have clustered quite thickly for the past many years. As a recent census of the vermin population has shown, I am empowered by the Sigilian bureaucracy to pay a bounty of... He puffs up dramatically. 1 copper common per cranium rat delivered to my branch office. Well, it's hardly worth carrying them around for, is it really? Fair enough. I don't even know if I've got any in my... I think I dropped them all. Tell me about the cranium rats. Cranium rats are a species of vermin that become more intelligent the more of them are in close proximity to each other. 1 cranium rat alone is but a nuisance that chews at boards and burrows into food. But 5, 10, or more, and their intelligence grows until it surpasses even the intelligence of ones such as myself. Scratches, then sniffs disdainfully. I imagine that 2 or 3 cranium rats might be enough to outwit you, sir. Okay, I want to hit him, but we won't, Mort. Although, maybe I should say something about it. Another comment like that, and you'll be wearing your ass as a hat. Phineas blinks. Your appearance seems to sink in at last. I withdraw my most inappropriate comment, especially in light of your recent assertion of dominance and physical superiority in this social situation. Okay, how many cranium rats are in Sigil? More than enough to last the bounty hunter a lifetime, perhaps several. Okay, does he have anything else he can tell me? How did someone as illustrious as you end up in such a place? Well, it is quite an epic tale, you see. I was born here in Sigil. Okay. What is going on? Okay, that was weird. And then I realized that I had somehow offended my colleagues, for I found myself promoted to this branch office and have remained here for these past many years. He sighs, then idly scratches his nose. Yawn. I don't know what that was. Was it like a flashback thing? I suddenly feel tired. Okay, I had some other questions. This is a bit confusing. Who are you exactly? Has he told me this already? Yes, he has. And he's told me that too. I just want to see. Okay, we're going. We're going. Is there anything else in here of note? There is a door.
Done.
Shall we be cheeky? Door's locked. Need a key. That's also locked. There is a chest over here. Yeah, I don't want to go trying to steal things. We're just going to get into another fight. Right. We've done lots of talking. We're still no nearer to finding a gardener. Hive dweller. Anything down here? More Davis. Black Abishai. Angry hive dweller. Miriam. Let's talk to Miriam. If we haven't already. The old woman stands silently by the wall, staring off into the distance. She seems to be unconcerned with the flow of traffic around her and clutches a wooden pole from which dozens of small fish are dangling. Hello. Oh, hello, sir. She squints at you for a moment, trying to discern your identity. Oh my, here I was, thinking you one of me regular customers. She proffers her fish pole. Tuna, sir. Mackerel. Sea cucumber. No fish, thanks. Just some questions I was hoping you could answer. Her mouth presses down into a tight-lipped frown and she stares off over your shoulder. Look behind you, see what she's staring at. Okay. You can see nothing of interest behind you. As you turn back to her, you catch her looking at you. She looks away quickly, resuming her staring off into the distance one more. Okay, what? Do I look familiar to you? Goodness, no. She pauses for a moment. Aye, you do. So you've seen me before, then? I think, yeah. Or a man with your very likeness, sir. Just so long ago. Okay, tell me. Well, sir, you see, me sight's not so good now. 'Twasn't back then neither. But I thought I saw you walking past with a small group trailing along behind you. Okay, what did the people look like? It's hard to say, sir. 'Twas so long ago and you walked by so quick like. But I remember now, the way you held your head up. There was a woman following you, trying to stop you. To get you to turn around, speak to her, but you pushed her away. Okay. What happened then? Beautiful woman she was. Looked so sad, so angry, all at once. She stood there for a moment, then followed along behind you just the same, hustling to catch up. Okay, you said there was a group. Who else was there? She shrugs. There was at least 2 other gentlemen with you, sir. The only one I remember too clearly, though, was tall, thin. Reeked of bub, he did. I smelled him from across the way. Looked like he hadn't bathed in ages, too. He followed you close, he did, and never said a word. Acted like the woman wasn't even there, even when she bumped up against him, trying to stop you. That's all I can remember, sir. Okay. This is... The plot thickens, as they say. I'll give her some copper for her time. How much do you give the fishwife? Let's give her 5 coppers. That's quite interesting. Oh my! Why, thank you, sir, most kindly. May the lady's shadow pass ye over. Okay. How much copper do I have? Where is my money? Oh, I've got a fair bit, actually. A fair bit. I probably should have given her some more. One thing I do have is a full inventory, which I probably need to play around with and decide what I'm going to do. I say this, I say I'll do it off screen, off camera, but there's a good chance that will not happen. Right, where are we? Have we been down this way? We're still looking for a gardener. Another harlot. Who else have we got? Okay, nothing down this way. Right. What's this? This looks like an entrance, but there is no handle or means of opening it. Let's just walk over to it. I think the harlot conversations are possibly going to all be the same. Have we done this whole place? Let's have a look in here. Nothing. Okay. No. Oh, hang on. There is something up here. We've got thugs. Is going up here going to get us into trouble? This is the question.
See the shine on that? See the edge on it? I tell you what, Cutter, that'll do you business.
Okay, that takes us out of this area. So, need to go back and see if we've covered everywhere, and maybe we need to leave. Need to find this gardener. As I said, shorter episode, I'm a bit tight on time, so I'm going to leave it there, and we'll continue to try and look for this gardener next time around. Thank you all for watching. I do hope you're well, and until next time, take care.